up sitting cross-legged, and I want you to bring your right shin in front of your left shin. Find a comfortable position here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then elongating your spine and hinging from your hips, and start to walk with your hands forward. And when you reach your destination, just gently rock from side to side, just warming up your hips a little bit. And gently walking back down to center. Bring your right hand behind you, left hand onto your right knee, inhaling, lifting your chest, pressing into the back fingertips, and on exhaling, twisting, looking over your right shoulder in a gentle twist. Just one full breath here. And then slowly coming back to center. Bringing your right hand to the side, placing palm down, lifting your left arm up, inhale, and on exhaling, bending to the side, stretching into your fingertips. If you wish, you may want to look up and down, just a bit of a warm up for your spinal or your cervical spine. And slowly coming back to center. Bring your hands behind you and leaning back a little bit and coming up into very gentle boat pose. Bring your arms into elbows in towards each other. Few more breaths here. And then slowly bring your left shin on the top of your right shin, and once again coming up into cross-legged position with your your left leg forward. And again, elongating the spine. And then slowly start to hinge forward, walking your hands forward, and again, gently rock from side to side. Walking back with your hands. Bring your left hand behind you, right hand onto the left knee. Inhaling, lengthening your spine, pressing into the back fingertips, and on exhale, twisting, looking over the left shoulder. Slowly coming back to center. Left hand to the side, lifting your right arm up, inhaling here. And on exhaling, bending over to the left, stretching into your fingertips, really rooting down your both sit bones into the mat. And coming slowly back to center. Once again, bring your hands behind you into boat pose. Bring your shin parallel to the floor, elbows in towards each other. And slowly coming back seated. Bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Lengthen your chest, lengthen your spine, and slowly start to hinge forward once again. If you want a little bit deeper or hip opening, you can with your elbows gently push your knees down towards the mat. That's completely optional. And slowly back to center. Opening up your legs to the side. Keeping your legs nice and active. Toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, bring your left hand onto the right shin. Inhaling, chest, opening up your chest. And slowly back to center to the other side. And again, back to center. This time your left hand maybe goes onto your ankle. Try that. Maybe not, maybe the same. Lifting your chest. And slowly back to center. Right hand onto the left ankle. Inhale, lift your chest. And slowly back to center. Once again, on the left hand onto maybe grabbing your toes, or stay whatever you are. Maybe go a little bit deeper, but keep pressing your thighs down and towards the mat. Back to center, and last time on the other side. And back to center. Good. Coming up now, transition into your downward facing dog. Where's downward facing dog? And from here, I want you to really start to walk your dog on a spot, pedaling your dog, stretching the back of your legs. Keep lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Don't be afraid to move your hips maybe from side to side. And then slowly pausing in the downward facing dog. And releasing your knees down. Inhaling, arching your back as a cat. And exhale, or cow, sorry, exhale into cat. And slowly bring your hips down into your child's extended child's pose. And again, inhaling back to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Keeping it stable, or whichever dog you prefer. One more full breath. And on your next in-breath, bring your knees back down onto your mat. Inhaling, arching your lower back. Exhale, rounding your back. And sitting, bringing your hips down onto your heels. And again, back to hands and knees on your next inhale. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And from here, slowly start to walk at the top of the mat. And at the top of the mat, when you reach it, grabbing your opposite elbows and just gently rocking from side to side. Keeping your knees nice and soft. Keeping your navel going in towards the spine. And then pausing in the center. And now from here, I want you to bring your palms together into prayer. And start to lift your chest. So kind of you're coming up into halfway down. So your shoulders could be a little bit higher than your hips. And from here, I want you to start to bend, coming up into very gentle chair pose. And now from here, we're gonna, this is the movement we're gonna practicing as a transition. Keep it now coming a little bit maybe lower, keeping that stability, and start to step your left leg back. The lower you get, the more stability you get, okay? And when you're ready, finding that stability here, coming all the way up into high lunge, inhaling here. And then exhaling your hands back down to center, leaning forward, and again, stepping your left leg back into chair. And next inhale, straighten your leg, halfway lift. And on exhale, bring your hands either side of your opposite elbow, folding over. And then inhale, come all the way up into stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. So this is what I showed you, basically a transition, what we're going to use today. So all these sun salutations, we're not going to reach the hands on the floor. So we're going to bring more work on your legs. We'll do one more time so you can get used a little bit that. So we'll do one more time on the other side. So inhaling, lifting your arms. And exhaling, folding down, grabbing your opposite elbows, soft knees. Next, inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Halfway lift, straighten your legs. Exhaling, rebending your knees, coming up into chair. And stepping your right leg back. Next, in breath, coming up into high lunge. And exhale, back hands to prayer, leaning forward, stepping your right leg back. Inhaling, re-straighten your leg. Exhale, folding down, grabbing your opposite elbow. And then inhale, come all the way up into stand. And exhaling, hands to heart center. We're going to continue now with half sun salutation. So we're going to do very simple, but so you can get used to that. But at the same time, not completely relaxed and not to go into that autopilot. Half sun salutations or sun salutations. So we're going to practice more for that. When you're ready, inhaling, lifting your arms up. And exhaling, folding down, soft knees, grabbing your opposite elbow. Inhale, hands to heart center, into namaste. Straighten your leg, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding down, opposite elbows. And inhale all the way up into stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more half sun salutation. Inhaling, lifting your arms up. Exhale, folding down, grabbing opposite elbows, soft knees. Inhale, hands to heart center, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down, opposite elbows. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move on now forward into stepping back into high lunges. And we're going to use our hands, obviously, when we go step back into downward facing dog. That's the only time we're going to use that, okay? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Opposite elbows. halfway lift, inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, sitting in a chair and stepping your left leg back. Finding that stability, inhale, arms up. And exhale, bring your hands down either side of your front foot and stepping down facing dog. Couple breaths in your downward facing dog. Again, you may want to pedal your dog or keep it stable. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up, a three-legged dog. Look up and step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, come up into high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center, leaning forward, stepping your right leg back. Inhale, straighten your left, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down opposite elbows. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more time on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down opposite elbows. Inhale, hands to heart center, halfway lift. Exhale, sitting in a chair, bending your knees, stepping your right leg back. Inhale, arms up into high lunge. And exhale, hands down either side of your foot, stepping down facing dog. Exhale here. One full breath here. Next in breath, lifting your right leg up. Look up and step your right leg in between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. And exhale, hands to heart center, leaning forward, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to heart center. Exhale, up, folding down. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll move a little bit on with a full vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down, opposite elbows. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend into chair, step your left leg back. Inhale, and release your left knee down. Inhale, arms up into low lunge. Exhale, hands down either side of your foot and stepping into plank position. One inhale into plank. And on exhale, release your knees down and go all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, come up into cobra. Exhale, stay here. One more inhale. And exhale, lower your chest down. Next, inhale, come up onto your hands and knees, step your toes under and downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. High lunge, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, lean forward and stepping your right leg back. Inhale, straighten your legs, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down, grabbing opposite elbows. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do the same on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, bending knees in a chair, step your right leg back. Release your right knee down, inhale into low lunge. And exhale, hands to heart center, coming back into plank. Inhale, plank. And exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, come up into cobra. And exhale, lower down. Bring your arms either side of your body. Palms facing down, pressing firmly into your top of the feet, lifting your chest, lifting your legs, maybe lifting your arms, locust pose. Keep breathing. And on your next exhale, slowly lowering down. Bring your hands either side of your chest. Inhale into all fours, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg, look up, and step your right foot in between your hands. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, lean forward, stepping left leg back. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your legs. Exhale, soft knees, bending forward. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Finding your rhythm of your breath. Letting your heart rate to slow down. And next, now we're going to progress into standing poses. So when you're ready, inhale and lifting your arms up. Exhale, folding down the same way. Hands either side of your elbow. Halfway lift, hands to heart center, halfway lift. And exhale, bending your knees, stepping your left leg back into warrior one. Inhaling, warrior one. Exhale here. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands either side of your foot, step downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, one full breath. And on your next inhale, rolling into plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down. So coming up into your version of vinyasa. Inhale, come cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting, left leg up. Look up and step your left foot in between your hands. Transition to warrior one on the other side. Inhale, lifting your arms up, holding here. Nice and strong warriors. Keeping your chest forward. One more inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, on the next exhale, bring your hands down, stepping downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling back into plank. And slowly coming up into vinyasa. Release down, knees down, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending your knees and slowly start to walk forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands either side of your elbow. Stay here. Next inhale, hands to heart center, halfway lift. Exhale, refold back. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do now progressing into warrior two sequence. When you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down, grabbing opposite elbows, soft knees. Inhale, hands to heart center, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, stepping your left leg back. Warrior two, opening arms to the side, stretching your arms, keeping you nice and open. Opening. One more breath. And then releasing your right hand a little bit lower, but not grabbing your leg, not touching the floor. Keep pressing with your elbow into your knee into your elbow. So creating that resistance a little bit, letting that leg to work a little bit. Keep lifting the back inner arch and left arm over your head into side angle. Keep lengthening your tailbone down towards the back of your heel. One more full breath. And slowly release your hands either side of your foot, stepping into downward facing dog. Now you have an option here to do vinyasa or stay in a downward facing dog. This time I'm going to choose to stay in downward facing dog. Your choice, whatever you want. And when you're ready, lifting your left leg up, look up, and step your left foot in between your hands. Warrior two on the other side. Finding your warrior two, relaxing your shoulders, look up, pressing into your fingertips. Imagine like you're pressing with the shin into the wall, so recreating that stability into your legs. And then releasing your left hand, so with your elbows touching inner knee and pressing into your knee into your elbows, into your elbow and arm over your head into side angle. Few breaths in here. Keep lengthening your tailbone towards the back heel. And slowly bring your hands either side of your foot, stepping downward facing dog. This time I choose vinyasa. Inhale, come up into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. One long deep breath in and out. Next in breath, lifting your right leg up. Look up and step your right leg in between your hands. Again, warrior two. Nice and long, deepening a little bit deeper. And bring your hands to heart center. Straighten your front leg. Now we're going to transition into half moon, but this time half moon without a hand. So come up a little bit closer with the back leg. And now from here, starting to transition into half moon, lifting your legs, stretching into the back of the heel, hands to heart center, opening up your hip. There might be not as much stability as in a normal half moon, nor maybe not that much of openness. But just working on the legs. We're just kind of focusing on a different things today. And now we're going to transition back into warrior two. But first I want you to really start to bending your standing leg. Bend it, bend it, bend it. And then slowly coming back to warrior two. So finding that stability so you're not getting too wobbly. Inhaling into warrior two. And then exhaling, coming up all the way down into downward facing dog. Again here, your choice. You can come into a vinyasa or stay in a dog position. Taking a breath. When you're ready, lifting your left leg and step your left foot in between your hands. Warrior two on the other side. Deepening your warrior two, bending your knee, lifting the back arch, relaxing shoulders. And bring your hands to heart center, straightening your front knee. Again, slowly starting to transition forward. Just a small step forward with the back leg. And coming up now into half moon. Keep opening up your hips so your hips are facing side of the room. Stretching into that back heel. Toes flexed. Look down. Focusing on your modified half moon. And from here, starting to bend your knee, bending, bending, bending. And then slowly, warrior two. Inhaling here. And on exhaling, hands either side of your foot, stepping downward facing dog. Inhale, come back into plank. And exhale, lower all the way down. Straightening up your legs and coming up into Sphinx pose. Now in the Sphinx pose, bring your hands together. We're going to come into dolphin pose from the Sphinx pose. So slowly start to roll up and into forearm plank. From here, walking your legs forward into Sphinx pose. Few breaths in the Sphinx pose. Keep pressing your palms down into the mat or outer edge of your palms into the mat. And then slowly walking back into forearm plank, releasing your knees and your belly. Bring your hands either side of your chest, inhaling cobra and exhaling child's pose. Few breaths in the child's pose. You can choose your extended child's pose or child's pose with your arms behind you, so whichever you choose. Just again, catching your breath, finding that, slowing down your heart rate. And then, when you're ready, coming into bridge pose. So lying back down on lying on your backs. We're going to do again a bit of variation of a bridge pose. So when you come down, bring your hands either side as in a normal bridge preparation, right? But this time what we're going to do, when we lift the hips up, I'll just show you first. When we lift the hips up, what I want you to do with your legs, starting with your right leg or whichever you prefer, straighten one of your legs. So you're going to start to transition the weight on one of on the side. And straighten your leg, but keeping your hips are parallel to each other. Not hips, your thighs parallel to each other. And just stay here for a few moments. So when you're ready, on your own time, coming up into the bridge and straighten one of your leg, stretch into your heel, and again keeping hips, not the hips or thighs in level, parallel towards each other. One more full breath, releasing that leg that you're holding up, and then switching sides. The other one, straighten the other leg up. Keep lifting your hips, keeping your legs, keeping that straight leg and it's somewhat active, so stretching into the heel. And then slowly release that foot down, and vertebra by vertebra, releasing your hips down. Take a moment here. And we'll do one more time, just an ordinary, very simple moving bridge. We're going to incorporate our arms as well. So when you're ready, inhaling, start to lift your hips up and your arms over your head. And on exhale, slowly lowering your hips down and your arms by your side. A few more times like that with your breath. Inhaling, lifting your hips up, arms over your head. And exhale, lowering your hips and arms. Last time. Actually, let's do 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. And last time, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, lower down. When you lower down, just stay here for a few moments, just allowing your body to adjust. Taking your time. And when you're ready, bring your knees in towards the chest, hug them in, and gently maybe rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. Good. Then bring your knees a little bit away from you. So just your knees above your hips, and then doing a bit of circles there. Good. And lowering your knees down. Bring your arms in a T shape either side of your body, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, bring your knees all the way towards the right. And looking over towards the left into the gentle recline twist. Few breaths here. Bring your knees back to center, your head is back to center. And again, your knees all the way to the other side. Look over towards the right. Few breaths here. And softening into that pose. Let your gravity do its job. Let the knees give in to gravity. And slowly bring your knees back to center. And now from here, bring your arms either side of your body, straightening up your legs like your feet about hip distance apart. And let your feet flop to the side. Let your chest be open, lying down flat onto your shoulder blades. And finding that nice sweet spot in the middle of in the center of your head. And just stay here in a Shavasana for a few more moments on your own pace. Be as long as you want to. And I'm going to leave you here and thank you for joining me.